Welcome to Beyond Origins, where we get into some crazy facts. All right, today we're diving into what might be one of the most brilliant and, let's be honest, absolutely brutal military victories in all of history. We're talking about the Battle of Cannae.
So, here's the million-dollar question. How on earth do you defeat an army that's twice your size? I mean, this was the exact problem Hannibal Barca was staring down in 216 BC. He was massively outnumbered, deep in enemy territory. The odds were completely stacked against him. But his answer to this problem, well, it would literally change military strategy forever.
Okay, let's set the stage here. You've got to picture this. On one side, you have the absolute juggernaut of the ancient world, the Roman Republic. And on the other, you've got the tactical mastermind from Carthage, Hannibal himself.
This was a total David versus Goliath situation. No question. Rome rolled up with this colossal, super confident legion. We're talking the peak of military might back then. And Hannibal? He had a much smaller crew, but they were battle-hardened veterans, a real mix of mercenaries and allies from all over the Mediterranean.
Just get a load of this number, 86,000 Roman soldiers. Think about that for a second. That is a staggering figure. It's nearly double the size of Hannibal's entire army. I mean, the sheer scale of the force they threw at him was designed to be completely and utterly overwhelming.
So, what you have here is the classic showdown. Pure, overwhelming force versus strategic genius. Hannibal knew, he absolutely knew, he couldn't win a straight-up head-on fight. No way. But he had a secret weapon. He knew the Roman general was, well, kind of hot-headed and super aggressive, and that was a critical weakness Hannibal was just waiting to exploit.
So, how did he pull it off? I mean, really, Hannibal wasn't just planning a simple battle here. Oh no, he was orchestrating an absolute masterpiece of deception. This was like 4D chess, where he was already 10 moves ahead, anticipating everything his opponent was going to do.
You know, the crazy thing is, his plan was almost beautiful in its simplicity. It had three basic steps. First, he put his weaker troops right in the center and had them bulge forward, basically a giant tempting target. Second, he hid his absolute best, most elite troops on the flanks, out of sight. And third, he had his killer cavalry just waiting for the perfect moment to swoop in and be the final lock on the trap.
This wasn't just tactics. This was psychological warfare. That bulging, weak-looking center, it was pure bait. It was designed to play right into the Roman general's arrogance. Hannibal wanted him to think he was smashing the Carthaginian line, that he was on his way to an easy, glorious victory.
And just like that, all the pieces were in place. The bait was out there, and the Romans took it. Hook, line, and sinker. The trap was about to snap shut.
And it happened exactly as Hannibal predicted. The massive Roman legions charged straight ahead. They saw that weak, bulging line of Gauls and Iberians and just crashed right into them, totally confident they were going to punch right through the center. Easy peasy.
But here's the thing. The center didn't break. It bent. It was brilliant. Under Hannibal's direct command, his troops did this controlled fighting retreat. They slowly gave ground, pulling the whole Roman formation deeper and deeper, right into the belly of the beast. And the Romans? Oh, they thought they were winning. They smelled blood and just kept pushing forward like there was no tomorrow.
And that's when the trap snapped shut. The Roman legions were now all in, totally committed, and their flanks completely exposed. That's when Hannibal's elite African infantry, the guys who had been waiting patiently on the wings this whole time, pivoted inward and just slammed into the sides of the Roman line.
And at the exact same moment, Hannibal's cavalry, which had already smashed their Roman counterparts, by the way, wheeled around and crashed into the back of the legion. Boom! The trap was sealed. The entire Roman army was now caught, completely and totally surrounded.
What happened next? Well, it wasn't a battle anymore. It was a slaughter. Let's take a look at the horrific aftermath and what it really tactically means to be caught in a perfect encirclement.
This quote, wow, it just captures the absolute horror of the situation. The Romans were packed in so tightly by Hannibal's army closing in around them, they literally couldn't fight. They didn't have room to even swing their swords. Just imagine that. You had nearly 80,000 Roman soldiers trapped inside this perfect kill box. The pressure from every single side was just immense. You can imagine the panic that set in. They were completely, utterly helpless. And that right there, that's the textbook military definition of annihilation.
See, it's not just about killing the enemy soldiers. It's about breaking their formation so completely that they stop being a functioning army. And at Cannae, that's exactly what happened. The mighty Roman legion just dissolved into a panicked, helpless mob.
So, okay, beyond the absolutely shocking number of casualties, why are we still talking about this one battle over 2,000 years later? I mean, what is its lasting legacy? Why does Cannae still matter so much?
It's because Hannibal's strategy was, for all intents and purposes, flawless. It has been studied by generals, strategists, and historians ever since. I mean, from the Romans who got crushed by it to Napoleon, all the way to modern-day military academies. It's the gold standard, the absolute textbook definition of tactical perfection.
And it really leaves us with this timeless question, doesn't it? In a world that's all about overwhelming force, technology, and just sheer numbers, can a single brilliant mind still pull off a victory against a foe that seems totally unbeatable? The legacy of Cannae seems to suggest that sometimes, yeah, the answer is a resounding yes. Thanks so much for watching. If you like what you saw, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss any of our updates. We'll see you next time.